More now on that horrific crash in Ahmedabad in the state of Gujarat in India. UK officials are being deployed to India to support the investigation into the Air India plane crash, while we're finding out more about some of the victims that were on the plane. 3 of the British nationals on board were Akhil Nanabawa and Hana Varaji from Gloucester, who were on a surprise trip to India with their 4-year-old daughter.
Radiologist Dr. Pratik Joshi was on the flight with his wife, Dr. Komi Vyas, and their 3 young children, where they posted this photo just moments before setting off to start a new life in London.
Married couple Fingal and Jamie Greenlaw-Meek ran a spiritual wellness centre in London and shared a video moments before boarding the flight, reflecting on their trip to India.
And another British family on board were Javed Syed and his wife Mariam from West London, along with their 2 young children.
Also on the flight was the former Chief Minister for Gujarat, Vijay Rupani.
And Raxamoda from Northamptonshire is among those feared dead. But the sole survivor of the tragedy, a flicker of hope, is Vishwash Ramesh, a British man from Leicester. Special prayer services have been held across the country as members of the UK's Indian community mourn those lost in the disaster.
Yeah. Now, spiritual and community leader Shri Rajrajeshwar Guruji from Harrow joins us this morning. Guruji, thank you so much for joining us. Namaste to you. You play such an important part in this community. I know people from the Gujarati community, how close-knit they are. How did you feel when you saw this news yesterday morning? What was the first thing?
Yesterday morning, when I wake up and I saw all the WhatsApp message and I received the calls. First, because we run the center in Harrow from last 25 years. So one of my priests was traveling from Gatwick to the Ahmedabad. So I called him first, make sure he's there or not, what's happening. Then he said, we landed safely, the same flight is returning, and this has happened. Then after I have received the call, the former Chief Minister of Gujarat, Vijay Rupani, was in the flight. Then there was a confusion, he's okay or not. Then after a few minutes, he said, no, there's no more. So it's sad news for the entire community.
Yeah.
It is very sad news for us, which is we know more than 20 people in the flight.
So you personally know?
Yes,
Wow.
I personally know them.
So
yes.
this is a horror for everybody running out the news, but for you, it strikes at your heart. It's personal.
Yes, and that's the reason yesterday we had a prayer at our Siddhashram temple in Harrow, because it's shocking news.
Have you been able to make contact with any family members of those that you knew? Because I imagine they will be reeling and you would want to reach out to them.
Yes, yesterday I spoke to 1 or 2 family, and today morning I was traveling from Harrow to the studio. I was talking to India, one of the family, which is I know them very closely, and I heard today they was in the flight. So continue, I am going to work with the community for this purpose.
And just to explain, you know, the Gujarati community is a huge community, one of the biggest ethnic minority communities in Britain.
Yeah.
And there are so many, I mean, I know all the time people are going over, lots of people have been going over for weddings. There would be happy moments.
Yes.
Going to be reunited with family they've not seen for a long time.
Yes.
You know, the couple's taking their children, probably taking their child to meet grandparents for the first time.
Yes.
These are huge moments in family lives. And for them to just go like that, from a religious, spiritual point of view, what do you say to their families at times like this? What is the message that you say to them?
At the moment, I can only say the prayer have a power. Because it's beyond our hand. We cannot do anything unless the prayer. Money cannot do anything. Power can, if any politician said whatever they said, but lost is lost. So in the spiritual scriptures, we can only prayers give them strength. Prayer for the departure soul, for the peace. This is the only thing we can do at the moment.
And for people around who will know people through not being part of the community specific necessarily or with a religion, but because people live and work.
Yes.
What have you been able to try and gather people together? Because I guess that's what we want at times like this, isn't it? For people to reach out and feel the suffering of others and share with their hope and trying to come together.
Main thing, contact each other. The community members is one thing. Second, community leaders around the UK, whoever they are. So we are also connecting with them. Even this Saturday afternoon to 2 p.m, we are going to have prayers with our Deputy Lieutenant Simon Owens. So we are trying to get interfaith involved, because it's not only for the Gujarati, it's for many other people suffer from this. And this is a disaster. It's very sad news. Even the people, they born and they die is a nature. But this kind of death, even you cannot identify the body.
No, the horror of it. The one sort of flicker of hope that we all watched unfold yesterday was the sole survivor, Vishwas Ramesh, who literally walked away from the crash that had taken the lives of so many more. He will be dazed, won't he, and having very mixed emotions, and indeed his family, because they will be so relieved for him. But his brother was also on the flight.
From the Leicester, Yeah. So I'm also trying to visit them by Sunday or next week. Just give them comfort. We cannot do anything more, but at least emotional support is so important for the family.
Guruji, thank you so much. I know it's a very difficult time for you and a very busy time for you, and really appreciate you taking your time to come and speak to us this morning.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're now joined by Sri Kishan Maharaj Acharya. He's the priest at the temple in Leicester, where the sole survivor, Vishwas Ramesh, his brother AJ, who's feared dead, and their family worship. Thank you so much for joining us this morning at what must be a very, very difficult time. We know how close-knit the community are in Leicester, the Gujarati community and the broader community there. When you heard this news yesterday morning, when you saw the pictures that we all saw, what was going on in what was going through your mind? How were you feeling at that point?
Okay, first of all, I'm going to start with some prayers, okay, if you don't mind, for the family that they're just going through all this situation, just to give them some support, okay? So I'm going to start with some prayers first, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Harihi Om Dhyo Shanti Antariksha Gun Shanti Prithvi Shanti Rapaha Shanti Rokadayah Shanti Vanaspatayah Shanti Vishwadeva Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvagun Shanti Shanti Reva Shanti Shama Shanti Redi Om Shanti Shanti Sushanti Bhavantu. So, yes, answering to your question, it was really, really shocking news for all of us, not just me, but for all the community at our temple, because it was something that we never expected that could happen. And plus, Ramesh Bhai and their family, they're quite close to the temple, because Ramesh Bhai himself, Mahesh Bhai, sorry, himself is the committee member at our team. So, yes, they are regularly temple devotees as well. They're regularly coming to the temple. So, hearing that news that they were on the flight, first of all, it was really, really shocking, because it's really devastating to hear that the whole flight has been crashed, and knowing that our close people, or we could just say that our family member were in the flight, it was really, really shocking. It was really sad to hear that the family member in the flight as well. Yeah.
And have you managed to speak to the family at all since yesterday morning? Have you been able to visit them, or have they been able to come to the temple in this very difficult time, I'm sure? Because, of course, one of the brothers, of course, has passed away. We know that.
Yes, unfortunately, we haven't had any contact with the family as of now because, as I said, it's really, really difficult time for them at the moment. And I think it would be ideal to give some space to the family because, yes, although they are a member of our temple, our team, and they're always here whenever we need them. But I think it's really, really shocking for the family at the moment, and it's really hard for them to digest the fact that they were in the flight as well. So at the moment, I think we're just giving them some space and some time. But yes, we will get into contact with them as soon as we can. And I think, yeah, because and also the family are receiving high volumes of calls and, you know, from the family, from the relatives. So I think we're just giving them some time and some space to recover from this tragic accident.
They will be reeling, won't they? Because they have the joy on the one hand of one that literally walked away, and then the loss at the same time. You began with prayers there. I sense that you want to keep love and prayer and hope at the heart of all this, but it must have affected not just those that have directly lost someone, and you know those people, but also the whole community must be devastated.
Yes, as I've said, we all are actually in shock to hear that because, see, we Hindu religious, we believe that death and the born is upon the God's hand, isn't it? So it's really, if you imagine two brothers were in the same flight, one survived, one couldn't. So in a way, yes, it's absolutely, yes, we are happy that one actually survived, but then we really, really shocked to hear that other couldn't survive. So it's shocking for us. And as I said, they are a regular people who comes to the temple, and as I said, we are one family. And as I said, it's really, really hard to accept the fact that one of the brothers is no more with us. And you know, whenever we have some functions or some festivals or whatever we have at our temple, they're always here to support us. And now knowing that they're not going to be with us anymore, it's really, even when I'm speaking at the moment, I'm really shaking as well. That it's not believable, you know. So yes, we are still in shock, and I'm really sure that family are under shock as well too, you know. And we are with the family as well, not just me, but whole our community, whole our temple team. Everybody is with the family, and just because of that, we are offering some prayers. We offered some prayers in the morning, we're having some prayers in the afternoon, and then we have organized prayers in the evening as well, which is between 6 and 7 o'clock, just because of, to support the family and give our prayers and our support to the family.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We're sending you lots of love. I'm sure the whole country who are watching this morning want to send you lots of love and support and strength at this very difficult time. Thank you for joining us, Shri Kishan Maharaj Acharya from the Shri Hindu Temple in Leicester, a temple, of course, frequented by Vishwas Ramesh's family, Vishwas being the only survivor of the Air India air crash, but his brother, unfortunately, did pass away in that terrible accident. Thank you once again for joining us. Now, if you have been affected by any of the issues we've been discussing, you can find advice and support at itv.com helplines.